Trust me, starting anything in this life is it's quite difficult sometimes, especially when it comes to career, and which is why I will be sharing with you some of the things you need to take note before you start. If you want to start a career in tech, some of the things you need to take note, or some factors that you need to consider, right? Because starting anything is not something that is easy as most people may think of. Same thing is applicable to tech. I will be talking about a few, maybe 5 to 10 things that you need to consider if you want to start your career in tech. Maybe probably you are just considering shifting your career. Maybe you have a particular career that you are in already and you are considering whether to shift into tech. The very first one that you need to consider is you got to do something we call self-assessment. Self-assessment. You got to know your interest first. You want to make sure that okay, this career that you want to venture into, are you interested in it, right? There are a lot of field when it comes to tech. There are a lot of things that you can do. You know, you can do graphic designing, you can do UI UX, you can be a software developer, you can decide to to be a Python or a JavaScript developer. So there are a whole lot of things to do. So one of the very first thing that you need to consider is, what is my interest? You know, you want to know what your interest is. You have to know what your passion. What are the things you are passionate about? Are you passionate about AI? Are you passionate about robotics? You know, you want to stream down to what you are very very passionate about, something that interests you the most. And another thing that you need to consider is, under this self-assessment, you want to take note. Okay, what is my skill? Right? Where am I coming from? Right? What have I been doing? What knowledge? What prior knowledge do I have? You know, if you are in for example, if you are somebody that studies, that you are coming from a science background, you know, things will be more easier for you. Not that people from science background are the only one that can shift their career, you know, into tech easily, but because, you know, when we talk about tech, a tech career now, it's something that has to do with science, right? So if you are coming from a science background, it will be more easier for you. Maybe for example, you are somebody that actually maybe read something that has to do with mathematics and the rest. You know, it will be more easier, right? So you want to take note that, where am I coming from? Where is my background? And you have to be sincere that okay, I am coming from so and so. Will I be able to cope? Right? You want to make a decision based on that. Another thing that you need to take note under self-assessment while you are assessing yourself is, will I be able to learn? You want to ask yourself, will you be able to learn? Will you be able to cope? You know, it is not just about shifting the career. It is not just about enrolling that is important. You need to ask yourself, okay, what am I passionate about? This particular field that I want to learn, will I be able to cope? You know, you have a lot of tech skill that one can acquire, like data science, data analysis, and the rest. You want to take note. Okay, am I good with when it comes to data? Will I be good in this particular field? You know, you want to ask yourself. So another thing that you need to consider is your educational background. Like, right, you have to consider your educational background. Are you sciences? Are you coming from a science background? Are you coming from a arts background? Are you coming from a commercial background? You want to make sure that you figure that out, right? The third one that you need to consider before you choose a career in tech is your specialization. You have, like, you cannot just do everything. Just as I've said earlier, there are a whole lot of skill when it comes to tech. You want to figure out, what exactly are you passionate about? What exactly can you do? Which one among all these field that you want to focus on? So another thing that you need to consider when it comes to choosing a career in tech is, you want to look at, what are the trends, what is trending now, like what is relevant in our world today. It is not making sense that okay, you decided to go and learn Fortran. You know, Fortran is a language, or Cobalt. You know, these are old languages, that old programming languages, you know, that people have learned in the time past. So it won't really make sense that you went to hire to go and learn those things. You want to look at, okay, what are the trends? What do markets need? You know, it will not make sense if you go and study, like take your time, you know, maybe like 1 or 2 years to go and learn one particular language, and then end up, you know, not being marketable. Nobody is looking for nobody wants to employ you just because of the skill that you have acquired. So you want to look at, okay, what skill are company employing? What skill are people is the world needing, right? So you want to look at that. You want to focus, okay, if I decided to learn this particular skill, will I be marketable? Will people employ me? Will company employ me? So, and the 51 that you need to consider when it comes to choosing a career is, okay, what is the salary? You know, how much will I be paid? How much will I earn from this thing? You know, from you can actually, these things are very easy to do. You can just go online and check, okay, what is the salary of a JavaScript developer? What is the salary of a Python developer? You can streamline it down to okay, putting down, okay, a JavaScript developer in Nigeria or a JavaScript developer in Kenya. You can just put something like that so that you get to know, okay, how much these people are collecting, so that you will not just go and learn one particular skill and then you are expecting maybe, oh, at the end of the skill, I am going to be paid millions. So the point is, know how much you can earn. So another thing that you want to look out for when it comes to starting a career in tech is your ability to network. You cannot just do without networking, communicating with other developers, joining community, attending conferences. You want to make sure you have a lot of people that are in the same kind of field, with you. And also making yourself available, through social media, making yourself available on social media, that okay, this is who I am. I am a graphic designer, I'm a UI UX designer, or I'm a web developer. You need to show yourself out there so that people get to know who you are, and then you get to know people, so that you don't know, maybe the person that you met at the conference can actually be the person that will employ you, or connect you with somebody that will employ you. So you really want to communicate with other people. So, and the last one I will be talking about, have to look at, okay, how do I want to build my portfolio? All the projects that you have been working on, you got to make sure you do them well. Yeah, something that you can actually present to your future the future employer, or somebody that want to employ you, so that you can showcase them to them. Okay, these are some of the things I have done. You have to make sure that you build your portfolio. So there are other factors that you need to consider when it comes to starting a career, but I think these are the very, very important ones that you need to look at. In my next video, I'll be talking about tech companies that you can actually learn, you can acquire tech skill from. So across the globe, or across Africa, or in Nigeria, there are a whole lot of tech companies that you can actually learn from. And aside from learning from one particular one, you also want to make sure that the particular one you are choosing, you are getting the right skill from them, right? That they can actually impart you with the right skill, that you'll be marketable, that people, that employer will be able to employ you at the end of your training with them. So with this particular viewpoint, I hope I've been able to help you, with things that you need to know when it comes to starting a career in tech.